Here is a real signal, which is a very nice example for showing modulation. Again, I find it very useful and recommend to you to do a spectrum versus time and the modulation spectrum versus band side by side. We have a third panel here, which is the strength of the modulation in percent in green and the rate of the modulation in hertz in red. So we can see here and hear the sound. This is a cement plant whose noise gets into a building and can be heard in the noise of people inside. And so the people inside made some recordings a few minutes apart. So we see here that there are two harmonics, that the majority of the modulation is in the strength of the second harmonic. It says here that is about 49%, and that there is a fundamental rate at about 13 hertz, and the second harmonic, which would be 26 hertz. So we see here that the dominant modulation is at the rate of 26 hertz because the second harmonic is dominant. Why, we might ask, do we see 40% here and we see 70% in the rate of modulation versus time? There are two reasons for that. Number one, all rate harmonics are included in the magnitude that gets calculated here. And number two, because you already know the rate from the spectral investigation of modulation, you can go to 1 or 2 block sizes smaller and get the full strength of the modulation, which you should do. I recommend it. And then you will see the modulation as it is heard in terms of the fluctuations, the buzzes, etc. Let's look at the next case. In this case, the modulation is stronger at the fundamental rate, and it changes at about 7 seconds into this event. We only are playing the first 3, that we have the rate of the first harmonic, 13 hertz, and then it suddenly jumps to 41, which is the third harmonic, because the third harmonic becomes dominant after 7 seconds. So we see the rate change. These are things you can do with modulation analysis. You can reveal the magnitude versus time and the rate versus time. Very useful. So here is another case of this sound. This one shows that it's varying among all 3 of the first 4 harmonics, and this is not perceptually important. So use your ears to determine if you have to dig this deep, and I didn't really have to match perception in this case, but the tools let you do that.